Michael was about to say, time for more First Take, and he was absolutely right. We continue now. Some more NFL draft talk. Matthew Stafford, Mark Sanchez, they're the quarterbacks in the spotlight in this year's draft. But there are others that have been turning heads, like former Michigan State quarterback Brian Hoyer. After grabbing the attention of NFL teams with a solid combine and pro day, Hoyer is moving up draft boards, and he joins us now to talk about all of it. Brian, welcome to ESPN First Take.
Thanks for having me.
You've seen the show. You see Skip in real life. Is he as scary in real life as he is on TV?
No, a little less scary, but I mean, he hasn't dissed LeBron yet, so we'll see what happens.
Why, Cleveland kid, Skip. Cleveland kid.
Yeah, Cleveland kid.
Yeah, stay tuned. He's going to get on LeBron in just a minute. You've worked out for some NFL teams. What are you hearing? What kind of feedback have you been hearing?
Real good feedback. You know, I feel like I really helped myself with this offseason, as far as you mentioned, like the combine and pro day, and you know, I had a few personal workouts. Actually worked out for my hometown team, the Cleveland Browns. So that was a really cool process, and you know, so I got some good feedback. You know, I'll be sitting home waiting on day two. Usually, I mean, maybe day one by surprise, and I'll be overjoyed. But I'm really. What
are you hearing where you might fall?
Probably the middle round, somewhere between the 3rd and the 6th, somewhere like that. And for me, just to get drafted in general is going to be you know, awesome for me to get that done. And so I'm just excited about it, and you know, I look forward to it. I just can't wait for Sunday.
You had a lot of success at Michigan State. Your stats were better your junior year than your senior year. Why should NFL teams overlook that?
Well, I think, you know, we had a great running back in Javon Ringer my senior year who, you know, when you got a guy that good, you want to get him the ball as much as possible. And, you know, we worked in some younger receivers. We lost Devin Thomas to the Washington Redskins, who was an outstanding receiver. We worked at some young guys, and they started to pick up as the year went on. And really a walk-on guy by the name of Blair White, who really stepped up towards the end of the year. A big game against Michigan. You know, we beat Dana's team down in Ann Arbor.
Oh, yeah. She hates to hear
I mean, I don't want to rub it in, Dana, but so.
Where should it have been? How many years had it been before that?
And they got some young guys. They got some young guys coming back, so that'll do a good job for the next couple years.
We always love a little Michigan bashing here. I know.
I want to know how many years it had been before that.
It was 18, I think. But it finally happened. So.
And I'm sure that pretty much capped your season, because that's the one game that you guys really love to have. We were talking in the commercial break. We had a kid on from Florida who's thrown 4 straight no-hitters.
Yeah.
I knew you had played high school baseball, knew you were a very good pitcher, but I didn't remember how good you were at Cleveland St. Ignatius. Tell us about some of the things you were able to accomplish as a pitcher there.
Yeah, I mean, I had a very good career. I was the winning pitcher in the state championship game as a sophomore, Division I, and I think my record my junior year was like 9-1, and my senior year, the only loss I had was in the States in my final game. So I got some feelers from some major league teams. Actually intended to go to Michigan State and play both. That kind of got squashed, but you know, I really enjoy baseball, and we were talking before, I mean, you know, football doesn't work out. After getting hit all the time and reading defenses, I don't know how hard it would be to get back up on the mound and just throw the ball. So
probably seemed like a piece of cake with no
exactly.
defensive end bearing down on you. How hard did you throw? What kind of stuff did you do?
I think, you know, my last game, there was a bunch of scouts there because there was another pitcher who's actually with the Yankees now, Andrew Brackman, and we were pitching against each other. And they, you know, I said I was topping her out 92, 93, and really, you know, when you're throwing that hard in high school, I threw a fastball changeup, and you know, against the better hitters, threw maybe a curveball here and there.
Yeah, he just made his big league debut, and there you were in the state championship game against this kid.
State semifinal,
semifinal.
And they went on to win the next.
That's a terrific season that you had, a career that you had as a baseball player. You never know when you go to chat rooms and you see postings. You never know. Well, is this really who they say they are? But we've seen where your dad, Axel, has actually taken some shots at folks, some of your critics on Michigan State message boards. First of all, is that him? And what do you think of Dad coming to your defense?
Yeah, it was, and he got kind of grounded for that. I mean, I know he says it's hard when they're talking about your child, and I just told him, you know, don't go on there. For me, I'm never on there. I mean, the only thing that, you know, I didn't even watch college football live during the season last year.
Right.
I would watch First Take, things like that.
There you go. But we like that. We appreciate
that. I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Everyone has their own opinion, and you got to. So, you know, after that, I cut him off, and
now, when you say you cut him off, did you take away his Xbox and no more allowance? What?
No, I told him he can't go on the, you know, the message board or anything like that, because you can't take things like that personal, and you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you know, so, you know, I got a little grounding on him for
Yeah, all right. Well, Dad, be good now. No more posting. I will say, in defense of Dad, as a parent, there is nothing more difficult in the world than hearing someone say something negative about one of your children. It's an automatic reflex that just kicks in. Okay, so your perfect draft weekend it ends how?
I think just getting my name called, hopefully being the first senior quarterback drafted. Obviously, there's 3 great juniors and Matthew Stafford and Mark Sanchez and Josh Freeman, but I feel like I have the ability and hopefully it could happen to be the first senior quarterback taken, and I think that would be the perfect fit for me. No, I mean, there's a lot of teams that I've talked to, some more than others, and I'd be excited to go anywhere, even play my hometown team, go cross country. It doesn't matter to me. I've already graduated, so I'm all set to go and get things going.
All right, there you go. Brian Hoyer, a former Michigan State quarterback, hopes to hear his name called sooner rather than later, hopefully early on day number 2. Brian, thanks for joining us. Good luck to you, and we'll be watching you. You can keep watching us and come back in and take your shot at Skip Bayless.
All right, cool. Thanks, Jay.
Brian, thank you very much. Still to come on the program. Up next, Matt Leinart.